Artificial insemination in the bovine species anyway is probably the best genetic tool that we have available in agriculture today to improve the efficiency of the animals that we care for. There's a lot of technology wrapped up in a little half cc package that makes it possible to be competitive with natural service from an efficiency viewpoint, and absolutely can't be touched from a genetic viewpoint. It does require more labor, at least from the initial outlay. It's more expensive, but the benefit is the genetic improvement that he can get to his herd. And what I mean by that is that the replacement heifers that he gets from the program are a permanent change. It's imperative that the choices that he makes from a sire input are the correct choices, because the only way that he can, if that sire is not what he's supposed to be, the only way he can get rid of it is a permanent change, and he has to sell those daughters and get rid of them. They're too expensive to put all that time into them and raise them and then have to get rid of them because the sire was a bad choice. So it's important that the choices that you make are correct. The associations, most of them, if they're doing the job for their producers the way they ought to, or the bull studs, either one, the associations or bull studs or producers, have a system in place to measure the genetic value of the bulls that are being used in AI. You do that through EPD measurements, expected progeny difference measurements, and they're generated from the associations collecting information on progeny, and those progeny come from all over the United States. So you get several different environments represented in the pool. The most important thing about AI is that you don't single trait select, and you can do an effective job by using these EPD measurements to get the most out of a particular bull that's there. It's not a single trait selection. There's no bull that will cure everything, but as our EPD measurements get more accurate, you can find out a bull that will do a lot of things right. Calving ease, weaning weight, yearling weight, ribeye area, marbling. With these tools, producers have gotten really selective on what I can sell to them in terms of genetic packages. Bob moved in here from Maryland, and he started in that little building right up there on the hill. That's where he lived. There's a cot in there, and there's a basement in case of a storm. And he started with, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 acres here. And it was all trees. Everything here was just trees. When he got, I think, 25 or 30 acres cleared and had some grass growing, he purchased some purebred Hereford cattle. And I came in here and started working with him inseminating cows. Well, this place has grown from that 13 acres, I think about 125, 150 now, something like that. He's grown from buying cows that people sold to him to knowing more of what he wants and going out and picking those cows out himself for specific packages that would lend to what he was trying to accomplish. It's the same thing when he was selecting bulls. He had people selling bulls and ship semen in here. Now he's gotten to the point that he's very selective on what he buys, and he knows what he wants. And he also knows what he's trying to produce for his customers. It used to be, well, maybe I'll get a customer, and now it's, I've got customers and I want to sell a specific product to them. He's come a long ways in terms of what genetics that he is putting into this herd. He's got a lot more confidence now of where he wants to go with the bulls that he's using here and the bulls that he's making here. I'll tell you the big step that he took. He put a couple of bulls into the American Hereford Association's progeny test. And one of those bulls did very well. I mean, he's got a base herd of 50, 75 cows. And in terms of what you can do genetically, that's really small. Just very little opportunity to have much influence on the national picture. Well, he got this bull into the progeny test program, and he did well, and almost immediately this little herd in Spotsylvania County that was insignificant became significant almost overnight. And that's what a national progeny test program will do for you. You put your program up against nationally recognized herds and have them do well, then you're off and running if you're successful. And he was. He's a force to be reckoned with now genetically.